So hi everyone, welcome back to another video of Weekly Outlook. In this video, we will be covering all the assets for the next coming week and how we are going to plan it, and what is my bias and everything about it. So let's just jump straight into the Weekly Outlook video with the news. So if you look at the screen, you can see on Sunday, we don't trade. All right. So let's just get on Monday. We can see we have a news at 2 p.m., which is your London session. Okay, it's EST time on GBP. So of course, every trading day is a trading day unless it doesn't give you your desired setup. All right. And now on Tuesday, we got a news at Euro 3:30 a.m. 4:30 GBP. All right. So these are the time frame you need to keep in mind while trading these pairs. Though it is not a major news, but still can affect your trade if you just enter at that time. And 9:45 a.m. we got USD news. So which means that there is a chance that 9:30, if you trade indices, 9:30 can manipulate on Tuesday, and 9:45 news can just expand it, maybe. But yeah, you have to look for it. And now on 12:35 p.m, of course, not trading time, but still we have Fed Powell speaking. Wednesday we got no news, but it's a trading good day for me until it doesn't provide me this setup. On Thursday we got again news at 8:30 on unemployment claims, and on Friday we got news same at the same time on USD. So pretty much it's a very good week to trade, no major news, and pretty decent week in terms of news. So I consider this as a good trading week. Now let's jump into the charts. So if you have been watching my recent weekly outlook videos, we have been talking about this low over a big period of time, this low being our target, and finally last week we ran into it. So if you're looking for shorts, which I talked about in the previous video, from this daily fair value gap, you can be looking for short, right? So if you did make some money, good for you. If you made any money on euro or GBP long, good for you. But let's try to understand the price action and what actually happened, because what has happened is different, but you need to understand how price really reacted here. So it's just how you general. So here, for example, we can see we had a huge SMT with GBP at these highs, and we took an internal high at this area, and then we created a IFVG, and we down with a displacement, right, with a rejection candle over here. So look at this as well. So we got the rejection candle, we down, we created a rejection candle again by entering the fair value gap. We have the another DOM, and then we started a consolidation phase. So it's pretty simple. Whenever you say a consolidation phase, just pretty simple as that. Just mark out the high and the low, wait to enter short at the high. Often you should only short because that's what's gonna be the highest probability with the higher time frame context, and then you wait for the lower time frame confirmation. So example here, let's see when actually the range did the breakdown. So see, this candle closed below this, we had the expansion with the fair value gap, and the market closed below this low. This often indicates that the range, now there's no anymore range environment, and now you can finally see some expansion, something we talked about in the previous video. So we had this expansion, we created a displacement fair value gap, we respected it, and now see, everyone who was looking for shorts here or might have shorted this got stopped out because it didn't came to a valid POI. So once the market came to a valid POI and gave you the structure, it just dumped to our POI again, right? So it indicates a very good sign for the market. I would say last week was pretty much good for the forex market. If you had a green week, make sure you tell me in the comments. Now let's talk about the euro USD. Okay, though I'm not actively trading it, but yeah, so it will be all framed by the narrative of DXY, which is bullish, but I am not seeing any trade right now, which I can tell you. I would rather wait for this daily fair value gap, then get, flip lower, and then I'm looking for shots. Maybe let's take a look at H4. So pretty, it still looks bearish, but I do want to see some sort of, more confirmation to take a trade, because it's not giving me a trade right now. I want to see more price action and more reaction from this pair to trade off. GBP at the same time is looking way bearish than euro. So I'll be looking for this low or probably this low for the next week initially starting off. So maybe this H4 FVG will take do its job to form a high here, and potentially the market dumping from there. Of course you have to wait for more confirmation, but that's a recent POI where we can be looking for shorts till this low. All right, now I'll not be talking much about AUD and all, so let's just jump on Nasdaq. Okay, so Nasdaq, we had a pretty decent week. I was talking and keep updating about this in our Discord. I was bullish with the FOMC and we just ran through it. We dumped on the FOMC day, and then after that we just have the massive rally to the upside, and currently it's near all-time high. So it's again, I would still wait for the market to give me more opportunity to take a trade. Okay, it's not fair. I'm still favoring longs because the bias is still bullish, right? And we had a decent weekly and daily closing to the upside, and of course the first initial target is going to be this previous day's highs, which you can be looking forward to target at this high. But of course I just want to see more clarity on the price action to take a long. Bias is good. Maybe a retracement back to this fair value gap would be good, at which looks very favorable. Even if I look at the this premium and discount zone, it does come into the discount zone too. So if we get a retracement back into this fair value gap, that would be a nice POI to take a long from. And of course I do wait for the 930 and all these things, but overall if you talk about the buys, we all know it's bullish. ES goes the same, right? It's bullish, but something which is actually looking good is YM. Just because it just took out the previous all-time highs, I still see it having a lot of room to go higher rather than Nasdaq and YM. Well, that's just a personal observation. It has nothing to do with technical. But yeah, if I am favoring, I think YM has more potential to go higher and have more room than NQ. But again, it needs to catch up this trend, so you have to wait for that. And now let's talk about the gold, which might give you trade on Monday. All right, so let's just talk about this. So if you look at XAU EUR, okay, you can check it out later. We have the SMT down here. All right, so this being a bullish SMT, and now let's go on the H4. So let's try to mark this out. Okay, so in the H4 we got the SMT, we got the internal sweep of this low. All right, and this was the previous range high, right? So I would be favoring long from this order block, which we got the change in state of delivery. So if we got a retracement back on Monday to this low, I'll be looking for longs after some confirmation to this high, or maybe 1:2 and 3. That sounds like a very decent plan. If you even look at this is just the daily open. So it's pretty amazing, and one of the cleanest trades for the next week. Of course, everything is clean. It's just that on Monday or Tuesday, gold has the highest opportunity to give you a trade. All right, so now let's talk about Bitcoin. Okay, I hope you understood what I'm trying to say on gold. Okay, pretty much clean. Now on Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin, to be honest, is looking bearish to me. That's what the chart is telling me right now. Okay, so this is going to be the target for me on Bitcoin, this daily fair value gap, which I think where we have this Monday low as well at this low. Okay, so Monday low is going to be the first target, and probably this daily fair value gap back then, or maybe this daily order block, right? Whatever type of trader you are. Because see, we have swept this high, we were trying to gain strength, and we should have done the breakout, but we did, right? And we swept this previous candles high, this candle high. We have a rejection candle, we have we close below this, so it is just indicating bearish sign for now, until unless we flip this. That would be the invalidation, but until unless we don't invalidate this low, and these all lows that you see on the screen, like this low, and these lows are going to be my potential target for Bitcoin to go lower from here. And Ethereum at the same time is shopping. So to be honest, I'm not gonna update much on crypto. It just does sideways and eventually will go higher. There's nothing much to talk about crypto recently. Okay, I talked about Bitcoin, and that will give you the brief idea on everything. All right, and let's talk about a render because it was requested by one of our Telegram member. So I'll take a quick look here. So I've been talking about this recently. So I'm gonna mark this range low here. Okay, I would say it's still in a big range, you know, it's still in a big range over here. From this low, this high, let's say this high. It's been sideways for a while, so there's nothing you can, just blindly trade off. Now on this lower time frame, it might be showing some bullish signs, which it is showing right now. But it's actually not gaining any, or it is not gaining this trend it should be gaining. And to be honest, I see better opportunities on other things. So again, I would want to see we had some nice confirmation to the upside. But to be honest, I have nothing much to say about this, to be honest. Just that okay, it has potential to go higher and maybe above this high, because for now it is just that, it's been like, let me show you. Look at this. Okay, so it's a bearish structure. We are breaking the lows and holding the highs. So it can definitely go to this low, or it has to start showing and breaking the highs to actually, you know, go higher. For me, I don't care about my investment on crypto I made, because I have the patience to hold it for next 10 years. I don't give a damn about it. And yeah, so I can just hold it just because I understand, buy the project only when you think it is going to be expensive tomorrow, not because it is cheap today. So that should be your narrative when you are buying something. Like why MicroStrategy is buying Bitcoin, because he knows that okay, Bitcoin is going to be expensive tomorrow, or maybe in the next 5 years, 10 years, right? So that is why he's buying at such high prices. And that should be the approach for you too as well, that any investment that you make, it should have the ability to go higher, have the core team, strong narrative, and everything all together to really make it. I'm not a good guy with a, you know, to talk about crypto, because I am more into technicals, but that's what I think when it comes to investing as a smart approach. Doesn't mean R&D will not go high. It need the patience. It already pumped a lot in the previous bear market, so you just need patience and money to flow into alts. So you just gotta wait before trading alts, and that's it. So I think I covered everything for today. I cover DXY done, Forex majors done, Nasdaq futures done. So I think that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you're still watching, make sure you drop a comment that you're still watching, so I know how many people are watching till the end. And rest, see you, goodbye then. I'll see you in the next video. And I've been working on some good things, so you will see those things coming in next few months. Of course, we'll see. So yeah, thank you so much guys. Have a good day and all the best for the next week. Thank you. Bye bye.